guys, MariaLaNiece here and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you saw from the title, is my long-awaited eyebrow tutorial. This is probably like my highest requested video to do to date. So I finally got it, finally here for y'all. We breaking it down and all that good stuff. It's not how I typically do my brows because I typically use like a pomade to fill in my brows, but I use a pencil because that's the easiest thing to use. So yeah, I'm not gonna ramble too much. Just make sure you're subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell. And now we're gonna go ahead and hop into this video. Alright, so I have y'all in super duper uber close because I wanted to make sure that you could see exactly what it is that I'm doing in this brow tutorial, because like I said in the beginning, I'm breaking everything down for you. So, but before I get into actually filling in my brows, just a couple of things that I wanted to go over. So, your brow should start about here, which is like your tear duct. Your tear duct is here, so your brow should basically start here. Your brow should end about here, which is kind of, you know, like on an angle as to like, you know, where your eye ends. Your brow should end here. We don't want our brows to end all the way over here or down here. We don't want our brows to start in the middle of our forehead. Like, we're not going for that Anthony, whatever his name is, basketball player. Like, we not doing that. So your arch should be about here, which is kind of on an angle from where like your pupil or, you know, whatever is. So you're going to make sure your brow starts about here, ends about here, and your arch is about here. So now we can go ahead and get into this tutorial. First thing, before we start filling in our brows, is make sure your brows are done, because that is going to ensure the easiest application. So go to whomever you go to, whether it's Manny, Angela, Tommy, Sally, Shamika, Daquan, whatever that person's name is that just slays your brows. Go to them to make sure that your brows are done and done well, because that is going to make sure when you go to fill in your brows, it looks exactly how you want them to look. So the first thing we're going to do is take that brush on the end of our pencil, and we are going to start by brushing the hairs in the front of our brow in an upward motion, and then the rest of our brow will kind of be done in an upward and over motion. So you're going up and over, up and over, up and over. And you're just gonna, if your hairs are a little bit long, just make sure, you know, you don't have just extra hairs just flying everywhere. And what I'm going to do is start all the way right here where our brow should start. And I am just going to trace underneath the bottom of my brow, following my brow shape. Just like that. And then a little less than halfway back, we're going to draw a line on the top. Following that same brow shape on the top. And then we are going to connect the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do that again. Just go over it again. Bring it down to connect the top and the bottom. And I mean, if you have like extra hair right here, It's fine. Just make sure you meet the top and the bottom. So I'm just going over, and then I'm just bringing it down to form the tail of my brow. So you should have something like this on the top and on the bottom, okay? And then what we're going to do is take that brush and then just cut and then just brush start brushing some of the product through. It's not a lot, but it's fine. Like, it'll get us where we need to be. Next thing you're going to do is just fill in the lines. We're not filling in the front, so we're just gonna fill in, just gonna color in our brows using like short strokes. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I'm not just going like this in my brow. I'm just doing like short strokes. We're going to do the front of the brow separately. That is why I didn't fill that in yet. Take that brush and brush the product through, following the shape. And it's okay if you mess up, because the cleanup is the most important part of your brows. Trust me. So now, to fill in the front of the brow, we are going to take our pencils and in an upward motion, just start flicking the pencil up. Like that. I don't know if y'all could see what I was doing, but all I'm doing is just up, drawing a line going up, 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 trying to mimic brow hairs as much as possible. This is not my correct brow shade. I'm going to darken it, but I like to use a thin pencil, especially towards the front, to give it a more natural effect. And that's basically what you're going to do, and then just lightly brush with a real light hand. I mean, like an extra light hand. So it's basically what you should have. Like I said, I like my brows to be a little bit darker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and darken them at this moment. This is a thicker pencil. This is a lot thicker of a pencil, so I'm really just gonna focus this towards the middle and the tail end of my brow. And then I'm just going to do a very little bit going towards the front. But if you have a brow shade that is your perfect color, don't be extra and do this. This is just an extra step for extra people like myself. Because when I got the pencil, I thought it was the right shade, but when I got home, it was just a little bit too red. And boom, there's your brow. All right, so we're going to clean up on aisle 6. And when you clean it up, you're gonna use a concealer. If you're going for like a more natural, like makeup look or just look or whatever, if your brows are the only thing that you're doing that day, then you want to use a concealer that is going to be your skin tone. But if you want to have like a, you know, like a highlighted brow or whatever, or, you know, doing your makeup and you about to be popping or whatever, you want to use a concealer that's going to be maybe a shade or two lighter than your skin complexion. So the concealer that I'm using today is going to be my NYX Full Coverage Concealer in Beige. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's a full coverage concealer, as I mentioned, and it's a really thick consistency. So say your brows aren't done, right? Say you didn't get to go up the street to get your brows done or wherever you're going to get your brows done. This concealer here will make sure all those extra stray hairs are nicely flat and nicely covered. So we are going to take our concealer and on a flat brush, okay, we're just going to dip into the concealer and we're going to follow that shape. Did y'all watch the royal wedding this morning? I got my entire life. Anyway, back to these brows. So I'm gonna take the brow brush, or I'm sorry, the concealer brush, and then just follow the shape that you did. It's really difficult for me to talk and do this at the same time because I need to focus. But, alright, I did it. Alright, and then just blend that down. Your best makeup tools are your fingers, never forget that. So, when doing makeup on yourself, the best tools are your fingers. Not everybody wants you touching their face, your fingers. So, and then same thing along the top. Just gonna take it and follow that shape. It's just easier for me to do short strokes. It usually gives me the best precision, but obviously that didn't work on the other side, but we're gonna try again on this side. All right, I got it on this side. Had a few stray hairs that I wanted to cover. So, boom. And boom, we have two nicely done eyebrows. I think I broke it down for you the best that I could. So let's just go ahead and close out this here video and get y'all all up out of my face. Alright guys, well that's it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you learned something. I hope you learned, you know, basically how to fill in your brows with pencil. If you want me to do another video using like the powder or the pomade, just let me know. I can make that happen. Comment below and let me know, and we'll make that happen. So you all have to sit here and watch my next video, my last video, whatever video it is that I put up here. But just sit here and you watch this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.